In the same fertile milieu as the birth of Buddhism, Jainism, and Charvaka, all reactions against the overly ritualistic practices of early Brahmanism, arose the skeptical school of the Ajnana. Opposing the beliefs of orthodox and heterodox thinkers alike, the Ajnana represent the birth of a tradition which would intermix and flow with the early philosophies of India, but which would eventually subside and largely be forgotten by the first millennia CE. The Ajnana cannot speak directly to us, their texts largely lost due to misfortune and bad luck. However, the barest outline of their beliefs and ideas are preserved in the remnants of the works of Buddhist and Jain writers, unfortunately quite hostile to their ideas. When faced by the claims of the other sects, they derided them as mutually contradictory. When it came to the nature, size, and existence of the soul, the Ajnana pointed to the multifold conceptions held by differing religious and philosophical traditions as evidence that no one truly knew. In the face of the bold statements of omniscience by the prophets and religious teachers of other traditions, supposedly granted by enlightenment or through great learning, the Ajnana critiqued not only the possibility that anyone could be omniscient, in that many contradictory persons claim such godlike insight, but also that even if a single person could gain such insight, it would take another of equal omniscience to understand what they were trying to convey. For the skeptics, knowledge itself was on an uncertain basis. They critiqued any cosmological explanation, describing that even if the world was made of atomic or non-atomic matter, that they, bereft of the scientific equipment of today, would never be able to tell the difference due to the limited senses available to humans. It is from this point of epistemological nihilism that one of the rare Ajnana fragments can be understood. All teachings are like the utterances of barbarians, since they have no basis. They ridiculed the esoteric musings of the other schools as not only implausible due to the paucity of our faculties, but also due to the lack of utility that they provided. To quote another fragment, "Who knows that the soul exists? Of what use is this knowledge? Who knows that the soul does not exist? Of what use is this knowledge?" However, it is here that the skepticism of the Ajnana reaches a point of recursion, primarily in the point of ethics. To quote another fragment, "A certain recluse does not understand, as it really is, that this is good or this is evil, and it occurs to him, I do not understand what is good or evil as it really is. Not understanding what is good or evil as it really is, if I were to assert that this is good and this is evil, then it would be due to my likes, desires, aversions, or resentments. If it were due to my likes, desires, aversions, or resentments, it would be wrong, and if I were wrong, it would cause me worry, and worry would be a moral danger to me. Thus, through fear of being wrong and the abhorrence of being wrong, he does not assert anything to be good or evil, and on questions being put to him on this or that matter, he resorts to sophistry, saying, I do not say so. I do not say thus. I do not say otherwise. I do not say no. I deny the denials. The Ajnana, like many of the smaller heterodox schools, eventually petered out and died out sometime before the first millennia CE, although its thought was incorporated into other schools. The arguments between the Ajnana and other philosophical traditions acted as a gem tumbler and helped to polish the logical and epistemological arguments of other Indian philosophical schools, bringing their own systems to new heights of complexity and sophistication. It is also recorded in Greek accounts that the philosopher and skeptic Pyrrho may have spent some of his wanderings in India in the 4th century BCE, around the same time as Alexander the Great's invasion. It is theorized that his own brand of skepticism, called Pyrrhonism, may have been influenced by interactions with the Ajnana. Despite the eventual disappearance of the Ajnana, skepticism lived on in India, with later authors such as the Buddhist Nagarjuna and the eclectic materialist Jayarasi questioning the limits of knowledge.